Yo guys, what's up? It's G Square here, and welcome back to part 2 of my mock draft for January 11th, 2019. My first mock draft of YouTube, and we are going to go through 11 through 21 here now, and let's get started. So with the 11th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals take Devin White, linebacker, and at this time, the divisional round has not gone on, and the Bengals have not hired a head coach. They do have like Zach Taylor. I'm pretty sure he's the quarterback's coach from LA. I think that's his name. This has to be real good here for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you started off with getting a leader on defense, a leader that is able to just command the defense while you repair this offense. This defense, it's not worse, but it's also not the greatest. They needed a new DC. They just needed new blood. Marvin Lewis was not working for them. They get a young guy, and they need a young quarterback. Maybe next year you get a top 5 pick. Tua, Fromm. I'm trying to think of other quarterbacks. Ian Book, maybe. Those are the 3 I can think of. I don't think Ian Book is gonna declare next year, but you just really need to help your defense first. And then Andy Dalton will come back. Maybe he'll have a resurgence to his career, but he's 30, 31 by now. You need to draft a new quarterback, but I have him taking linebacker here because it's not a good quarterback class, but it's not the worst quarterback class. It isn't 2013. Next, number 12, the Green Bay Packers take JT Polite from Florida. Oh my god, I don't want to say that name. He's a good edge rusher. He's a good pass rusher. He's really more of a pass rusher. He can set an edge, but he can't really run stuff. I think the Packers really need new life in that pass rush. Maybe again hit pass rush in the 4th round. It's really good line depth, really good defensive heavy draft this year. With bringing in Matt LaFleur, I think he's gonna he has a good core around him already with Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I couldn't even say Brown, Valdes-Scantling, Jimmy Graham, Aaron Jones. You have that offense. Now build the defense. It's been building for a few years. I think it's really going to hit its peak this year. And with a new edge rusher, I think that's really going to work. With number 13, Miami, who just hired Brian Florence from the Patriots. He was the D coordinator, they say, for the Patriots, but now he is a Miami head coach, and they will be taking Rashawn Gary from Michigan, D tackle. Florence is a defensive-minded head coach, and I think they go get a veteran in free agency. Maybe Nick Foles, maybe Joe Flacco. The offense wasn't bad last year. You have some good pieces in Kenyon Drake, Kalen Ballage, Kenny Stills, maybe Devontae Parker, Jakeem Grant, Mike Gesicki. That offensive line is okay. Florence is really going to bring a Patriots kind of feel to this offense, and then also on the defensive side, he's going to really bring out Rashawn Gary if he's drafted here, because they really do need a D tackle. After Ndamukong Suh left, they really haven't had anyone good on the defense. They have good edge rushers, but they might cut a few this year. Maybe bring back Cam Wake, because that might be a good idea. They have good linebackers. They have a good secondary. They just need that defensive line to really bring it back, and they might be a top 10 unit next year. I really do believe that. With the 14th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons take Christian Wilkins from Clemson, D tackle. They really need to replace that Dontari Poe role they really had. I think it was when they went to the Super Bowl in 2017. Wow. Yeah, I think 2017 when they lost to the Patriots. Christian Wilkins is a good run stuffer. He's a big man that can fill. And guess what? Grady Jarrett might not come back. If he doesn't, now you get a good dominant defensive tackle for 4 years, 5 years. But if you do sign Grady Jarrett, that is going to be a scary defensive line. Maybe the edge rushers could need to improve. Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley hasn't really shown up. He had that one good year, but that was all. And you take Christian Jones, you really maybe get a double team on him, maybe double team Grady Jarrett and leave Beasley one-on-one and maybe more pass rush. We'll see. Number 15, Washington Redskins take quarterback Daniel Jones from Duke. This is probably the first round Duke player maybe ever. Don't quote me on that. It's a quarterback. They really do need a quarterback because Alex Smith might not come back. He might just retire because with the infection in his leg, he might just retire and take the money and run. And I'm the Redskins. What am I going to do? Sign a veteran, maybe trade for a quarterback. There isn't really anyone good this year in the quarterback class, so I'm taking Daniel Jones. Maybe Josh Johnson. Yes, I said Josh Johnson, not Colt McCoy. Starts this year, and then they ease Daniel Jones in. They ease him into the offense. But they really do need a quarterback. It's been a while since they drafted a quarterback in the 1st round. RG3, what? And Kirk Cousins. But they really do need new life in that quarterback room, and I think Daniel Jones is really gonna learn from these veterans that they've stockpiled in the QB room. Number 16, Carolina Panthers take Montez Sweat, edge rusher from Mississippi State. They go Montez Sweat here because they need new edge rushers. They have Julius Peppers. He's old. Please help that defensive line. You have K'Wan Shorts. He is great. But now you get an edge rusher, a young edge rusher. Peppers, teach him. I think Addison's the other guy opposite of Peppers. He's gonna help develop help Sweat, and it's really going to be good for Sweat because he's 6'6", about 265. He's that really good guy who can set the edge. He has that good weight, good height, and he has long arms. He's going to be able really to set that edge, do what Peppers did. Number 17, Cleveland Browns. The first mock draft I did for this 2019 class, I had them taking wide receiver. Now I have them taking Raekwon Davis, defensive lineman from Alabama. I have him pairing up with Larry Ogunjobi. They can both sort of play a nose role, sort of play a 3-tack role, and Cleveland Browns just brought in, was it Steve Wilkes? It might have been Steve Wilkes on as their defensive coordinator. He might change to a 3-4. He might stick with the 4-3. I think he actually will stay with the 4-3, and that's going to be really good because you can pair those two. Those two can be a really good pass rush duo, really good run stuff duo, and then you get Myles Garrett, Emmanuel Ogbah, Raekwon Davis, Larry Ogunjobi, Jamie Collins, Joe Schobert, Christian Kirksey, Jannard Avery, and then Denzel Ward, Brian Body Calhoun, EJ Gaines, Demarius Randall, Jabril Peppers, missing one other guy. I don't know, I'm forgetting one, but that defense sounds so scary. And then the offense, you draft a wide receiver in the second round, you help Baker, you go draft a left tackle in the third round, go get I don't know, extra defenders, maybe a cornerback. This team is scary, people. If you haven't realized this Cleveland Browns team is actually being built very well. And now they have Freddie Kitchens as head coach. It's a little bit sketchy because he's a first-time head coach, first-time offensive coordinator, but if I'm Freddie Kitchens, I'm hiring John DeFilippo to help me. He knows how to be an offense coordinator. He knows how to be a quarterbacks coach. He developed Carson Wentz. He did a little bit with Kirk Cousins. Not the greatest. You bring him in, I think he's really going to help Baker as well. 18, speaking of John DeFilippo, his former team, the Minnesota Vikings, take Greg Williams. Greg Williams is going to go play left tackle and help Kirk Cousins immensely. Greg Williams is the second best tackle I say in this draft. He's good in pass pro, he's good in run pro. He can do all that. He can be that blind side for Kirk Cousins. Now you have Brian O'Neill at the right side, him at the left. You have Elflein at center, and then you fill in the guard position. You just really need some consistent play with the offensive line. You really need them to stay healthy. And with Greg Little, I think it's really going to help Kirk Cousins to really elevate his play, giving him more time in the pocket, able to handle, able to create lanes for Dalvin Cook. Minnesota really needs to hit on this pick to actually make the playoffs again. Number 19 goes to Tennessee, and they will take Zach Allen, edge rusher from Boston College. Here is Harold Landry's teammate, and you pair him back with Harold Landry. Those two were a dynamic duo in Boston College. And Harold Landry is the speed rusher, the finesse rusher, and then you get Zach Allen, the power rusher, the edge setter. You create a dynamic duo, basically, and they are going to learn off each other. You just lost Derek Morgan. He was really good. Brian Orakpo, you just lost. Derek Morgan, I don't think he's that good. I don't think he was good at all, but they got two young edge rushers, then maybe bringing in free agency a veteran to help them. Maybe a T-Sizzle. Now with the 20th overall pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers, barely missing the playoffs, take DeAndre Baker, cornerback from Georgia. I think they really need to retool the secondary here. They have good safeties. They have a good three back there. And Davis, Edmonds, and Burnett. But corners, you have Joe Hayden. He's older. Artie Burns got benched this year. You have Cody Sensabaugh. There's one other guy I'm trying to remember. Mike Hilton. He can play that safety role, maybe play that cornerback role, but you really need that guy. Maybe a number one. But let's see how Baker does at the combine. If he runs a flow 40-yard dash, not going to be good for him. He's going to drop down. Byron Murphy, Julian Love, Traquan Diggs, guy from Clemson, the cornerback. Mullins, I think is his name. DeAndre Baker slated here, though. And with the first playoff team to lose, Seattle is the 21st pick, and they will take Jeffrey Simmons, the tackle from Mississippi State. Looking at this, you've really retooled the Legion of Boom. You get two good safeties, Tedrick Thompson and Brad McDougall. They've been playing really well this season. You have linebacking core, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright, Shaquem Griffin. I always get those two confused. But you have Shaquille Griffin at corner. You have Trey Flowers, I think his name is. He plays opposite of him. A guy from Oklahoma. You have him at corner, and then who is your slot? I forget who your slot corner was. But you know what? Defensive line, Frank Clark, Jaron Reed, that's all. You had Malik McDowell, you let him go. He had problems. You bring in Jeffrey Simmons, he's a dominant defensive lineman. You can either go him or Jerry Tillery here. I think those are the two best that I had at this time. Maybe Dexter Lawrence as well. I just thought with his suspension, his missing the bowl, the national championship, that's gonna affect his draft stock a little bit. Jeffrey Simmons is good run stuffer, good pass rusher. Build that defense, and then your offense is already doing so much already. Okay, guys, that's been part 2 of my NFL NFL mock draft for January 11th, 2019. If you want to see part 3, link is in the description. If you want to go back part 1, you can hit right there. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff down below. Hit that notification bell if you want to be part of the notification squad and you want to see when our next upload, which will probably be part 3 like I said. This has been Circular Square. I am out. Later, guys.